Hello everybody, so I wanted to make this video to just talk about postpartum hemorrhaging. So obviously I'm not a doctor and I don't know much about it, but when I had my daughter, I did go through postpartum hemorrhage right after birth. Really it happened so fast, so you really don't know what's going on, but I did notice that they did take her right away and they were working on me for quite a while. So not only did she rip me really bad, but I also hemorrhaged. So they gave me a shot to stop the bleeding, and they gave me some Pitocin to go ahead and contract my uterus to help with the blood flow. So everything turned out okay, but I was very weak at the moment, and they told me to go to sleep, and I obviously didn't want to because I felt like I wasn't going to wake up, and I am not kidding. Like, losing so much blood does take a toll on you. So obviously I'm expecting number two, and because of the fact that it happened with my first pregnancy, most likely it will happen again. It is high risk. So they have a birth plan already for me. So what's going to happen is right after birth, they're going to go ahead and put some Pitocin in my IV to help my uterus contract, and they're also going to go ahead and try to make sure that anything that I need, or if they see that it's a little too much blood or anything like that, they have everything on hand and ready, and it's not something unexpected. So we did talk to the doctor about that, and obviously if you suffered a hemorrhage with your first pregnancy, I would suggest going ahead and talking to your doctor about um, hemorrhaging with your second baby, because it is a possibility that it will happen. It's really highly that it will, because of the fact that you already have the history. So obviously it's something to be alarmed about. I'm not even going to lie to you, because you never know when is it going to be too much, or there's people who die because of hemorrhaging. So obviously it's something that you want to go ahead and think about. It is a serious matter, and I know that I think about it all the time, especially when you want it to be a good experience and not think of birth as this horrible thing, and you don't even want to think about it or go through it ever again. Because when it happened to me, I mean, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, oh, I never want to go through this again, because it was scary. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't even know what's going on. Nobody tells you anything, because they have to work on you so fast that they don't have time to tell you, like, listen, you're like bleeding to death. You know what I'm saying? So thank God I didn't get to the point where I had to get a blood transfusion, but it was like almost there. And to be honest, my fiance said that my room, well, I was in labor and delivery all night. So they didn't go ahead and transfer me to a postpartum room right after I had my daughter. So I actually had to stay in labor and delivery until 8 o'clock in the morning, because I delivered her at midnight. So I stayed there, and the nurses never, I guess, they never realized that the custodians or whoever's supposed to be cleaning the rooms, they never came in and did so. So next morning when the new nurse came in, and she came to introduce herself and set me up to go ahead into my other room, she noticed that there was blood all over the floor. There was blood clots. It was just horrible. Like, it was disgustingly, like, bloody. Like, it looked like a murder scene. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, everybody in the hospital knew that I was the lady, or the girl, who bled tremendously. So it was something really unexpected, and obviously tearing didn't help either, because Isabella, when she came out, instead of being turned and then coming out, she came out sideways, so she ripped me really bad. So not only did I have the rips from her, but then I also had the hemorrhaging. So they had to make sure that they stitched me up as soon as they could, so that that bleeding could stop from the laceration, and then go ahead and take care of my hemorrhaging as well. So they do, touch your uterus and try to see where it's coming from or anything like that, and they kind of touch it and just try to get a feel to see, if there's any blood flow that's not coming out or anything like that. So they definitely know what they're doing when it comes to that kind of stuff. But I don't think that, you know, us as mothers or when we're pregnant or in labor or anything like that, we don't think of the worst. We always think of the best. And it's actually a good thing to think that way. But then again, we always have to be prepared of what if I have to get a C-section, or what if something goes wrong, you know? So this time I'm actually pretty happy that the doctors are prepared for the situation, and I'm feeling very confident and hoping that this time everything turns out okay. So that is about it. I just wanted to go ahead and share that with you guys because I feel like that is something that you guys definitely should know about me or what has happened to me, and I never actually brought it up, especially now since, you know, I'm going to have another baby. That is something that I wanted to share with you guys, that I am worried about that, and I don't think there's nothing to be ashamed about. I think, you know, everybody has something that bothers them, worries them, and it just feels nice to sometimes be able to vent or just to share this. So yeah, that is it for my postpartum hemorrhaging video. If you have any questions or anything like that, you could go ahead and leave it below. I appreciate you guys for listening and for watching. So thank you so much and have a good day.